At one point, this place used to be very cool with a lively atmosphere, but now it's very subpar and some of the machines appear to be in need of heavy maintenance, and on top of that, the owner seems to be very unprofessional, yet vigilant when dealing with negative reviews. If many patrons and your staff have an issue with how things are ran, perhaps you should open your mind instead of blatant name-calling or blocking unfavorable reviews. We don't block reviews. Your dumb one is still here. Some petty local drama for you that's right up your alley. The owner of Player One video game bar in Orlando is being a dick to people who rate his business low on Google. His replies are insane. It's doing numbers on r/Orlando. I know Player One. I don't know the owner, but I know the bar. Thanks for the membership, Cronin. I'll check it out. Let me take a peek. So you said it's on the Orlando subreddit? Thanks, membership time. Stop by with my boyfriend to play some games and have a drink. Unfortunately, we didn't stay too long. I get that it's a gaming bar and the systems get a lot of use, but the controllers are pretty busted, pretty annoying when you're... And then the response from the owner. We have over 50 arcade machines and over 25 classic and modern consoles. You want to one-star the place because one or two of those was busted. We were never going to please your whiny millennial derriere. I don't think you get the concept at all. Gamer dive bar with good beers, cool atmosphere, and an inexpensive escape in a neighborhood of super expensive corporate escapes. Take your money there, princess. Games don't care about your feelings, sweetheart. So what, there's a little grime. So what, it doesn't work. Take that derriere elsewhere. Get that took us out of my establishment, damn it. Don't know what that means, Cal, but thank you. Interesting tactic for business. Yeah, that's for damn sure. What else we got? Girl at the door was nice, but didn't tell us it was a beer bar. What? Wait, what? Didn't tell us it was a beer bar? What does that mean? It's a bar. Of course there's going to be beer. The bartender was nasty and rude about us not knowing. Don't go unless you like nasty service. Most of the games are out of service, sticky, or cut off in your face. Save your money. We offer many types of beverages in addition to our 250 different styles of beer, including many cocktails. Saturday nights can get busy, and the 100 or so antique classic 80s and 90s game collection can take a beating before we get around to Monday's repair day. But nasty-ass customers get nasty-ass service. Don't be a dick. Don't get treated like one. I don't think there's anything to be gained from arguing with your bad reviews. I don't think it's going to get more people through the door there. Damn, my nose will not stop running. Ooh. God damn it. Alright. We used to love Player One, but the girl checking IDs at the door was so rude we never want to come back. We wanted to bring our friends here, but she questioned their out-of-state ID. She questioned our friend's ID, who was pregnant, and... Really, Dave? You cut... This one's personal. David, come on. Brother. Really, Dave? You come here all the time, but the one day a new person up front checks your IDs a little too closely or questions your friend's ID, which, may I remind you, is the kind of scrutiny that keeps us open and in business, that's why you'll never return, eh? Needless to say, Dave, you're not exactly the kind of patron we're looking for either. Yes, please. Anyone who is too much like Dave and can't stand to have their IDs checked should in fact steer clear of our bar. Now, off to commend our new employee for doing her job. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the owner's side for this one. What the fuck are you complaining about? It's literally their job to make sure you're not using a fake ID. What the fuck? And it seems like they know each other, like he's a regular there. Service here is crap. Apparently they don't keep drink prices updated and will keep you waiting 45 minutes to get in touch with management about prices that are already listed on the website. Bartender got quite the attitude once I pointed out she had handed out the same drink in question to a customer right beside me. It sucks they have decent drinks because the service here is horrible. Stop being such a pansy. We get sometimes hundreds of new products each week and they take time to price and put in the system. The bartender told you this and was willing to get you something else, but your pretentious ass couldn't be understanding and let her do her job. I hope you will not be returning anytime soon. I think I'm on his side for this one too. Like, what do you mean? Why are you whining to management about the prices versus the website? I mean, if the price isn't what you want, you just decline it and get something else. There's no reason to make a huge stink about it. That's super simple to avoid any type of confrontation there. Oh, this doesn't have the review. We didn't ban anything. We stopped supplying controllers that break too easily because people don't take it easy on them. You're always welcome to bring your own. Well, at least other people are. We don't really care to see you here again. You're all class, Gilbert. All class, my man. Call us trash? Yeah, you go after small independent businesses on Google, you moron. Guess you have nothing better to do with your time than hurting 10 to 5 people's wages and tips, all because we don't give awful customers like yourself the Switch controller you want. Nice, man. Hope your life gets better, because it must suck to be you. What was the review? Was he complaining about not getting the Switch controller? That isn't... Some of these complaints are ridiculous. This one's about getting their IDs checked too thoroughly. And I'm guessing this one's about not getting a Switch controller? Shit! I kind of understand the last three. That must be very frustrating. Getting a 1-star because this guy didn't get the controller he wanted? They wouldn't give him a Switch controller because they only have Pro controllers. The Pro controller's better! What do you mean? Why would he be complaining about that? Yeah, the last three I'm totally on the owner's side for here. Owner is rude, as you can see in their responses to negative reviews, and this place now tries to tip shame you by requesting a tip when you enter and pay the cover fee. Hilariously pathetic, too cheap to pay his workers a decent wage. Hey, one review on Google from Mr. Stan Yellnuts. Hey Stan, if you want to be a cheap son of a bitch and not tip our game tenders for the extraordinary service they provide, you're free not to. The shame you felt was just the same thing you feel every time you go take a pee. Our retail service employees are paid some of the highest wages in retail, and most of our employees have been with us for years. They're happy, whereas you are a sad case. Fucking spitting. Wait, why is this guy so fire all of a sudden? I wasn't really with him for the first one. This first one just, like, you're not winning anyone over with this first one. Like, that's a legitimate complaint. Like, hey, this controllers are broken. They're pretty, not functional in these places. And then just calling them whiny millennials. Like, this one I wasn't on his side, but the last four, he's been fucking cooking. Oh, shit. Thanks, resub, Vin. What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about the Wilbur stuff? Yeah, I haven't gone through the whole thing yet, so I only know bits and pieces of it. At one point, this place used to be very cool with a lively atmosphere, but now it's very subpar, and some of the machines appear to be in need of heavy maintenance. And on top of that, the owner seems to be very unprofessional, yet vigilant when dealing with negative reviews. If many patrons and your staff have an issue with how things are ran, perhaps you should open your mind instead of blatant name-calling or blocking unfavorable reviews. We don't block reviews. Your dumb one is still here. Okay. Yeah, that one was very succinct. I feel like spent $8 to see these games in their former glory. Half the game's button do not work. Beer selection is extremely underwhelming, and their mixed drinks options are a joke. All the games are working at the moment. We have 35 craft beers on tap and 250 in bottles. And go suck it. I don't know. I'm starting to think that it's oftentimes in a broken state. That is now the third review that mentions that some of the games don't work. Which is, I think, a legitimate complaint. I mean, that's totally something that you can bring up. Like, hey, I mean, half the time, some of these don't work. But, I mean, the way they've been talking about the alcohol selection, I can't imagine the drink selection being underwhelming. He said they have, like, fucking 300 brews or something. Man's got more brews than there are Pokemons in the first 3 generations. He's a tier 1 pigeon, the resub Yusuke. Half the games, another one. Half the games here don't work. Super cheap, rinky-dinky place. Would not recommend to my fellow gamers. Oh, no, you dug your own grave with that last line. My fellow gamers. Hell hath no fury quite like player 1 bar owner scorned. Just stay home, buy yourself a 6-pack, and play on your own consoles/PCs. You went expecting all the games that we do... Wait, you went expecting all the games that we do have there and were disappointed? What? You went expecting all the games that we do have there and were disappointed. Maybe if I read further that'll make sense. I can't process that. What does that mean? We do indeed have each game you mentioned and many more, running on their original hardware from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They're worth more than you will make in the next 10 years. Cheap? What's cheap is the $5 cover that lets morons like you come in to play these expensive and well-maintained antiques and spill your damn beers on them. It's quite obvious that you cannot appreciate our bar, and the world at large would greatly benefit from you staying home and playing your games there. Brutal smackdown. But this is like now the 4th one that mentions that some of the games don't work. Like, yeah, if you go there expecting to play the games and the games aren't working, I mean, yeah, that's a fine complaint to have. I don't know why he's attacking him for that. This seems to be a common problem. Manager was being unreasonable and didn't let us in because my friend's ID was slightly peeled, barely noticeable, and you could read all the information. Other places have asked for ID, and there was never a problem. Your friend's ID looked just like him, shady as fuck. Peeled IDs and ones like your friend's looking like it's gone through a cheese grater are not acceptable in the state of Florida. Making excuses for other people. Spell check much? Wait, was it misspelled? It must be like below this. Would mean to allow spell check much. Would mean to allow them in. You might want to enroll in some middle school English classes before writing your next review. As such, we'll take your research with a grain of salt. Okay. This one's 2 stars, but it starts off super harsh. It smells like vomit as soon as you walk in. The arcade selection is weak. Pretty cool video game setup. The drinks are kind of lame. Lady who works in the front is socially awkward. You might want to make sure you wash that shirt from the last time you went out. Our arcade collection is among the most prime, but no, we don't have any crane games. Sorry to disappoint. If our 36 taps of craft beers and 250 bottles including meads, wines, and sakis are kinda lame, the kind of bar you are looking for is out on Route 36 after you pass the trailer park. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what this means. Or this one. You went expecting all the games that we do have there and were disappointed. I don't know. I'm still thinking on that. I'm trying to figure out what it means. Oh, no problem, Sleaze. I enjoy it. How was it when you went before? It was fine. I didn't have any complaints. I never complain about local businesses, though, to be fair. I'm a huge fan of just going to local businesses. I try and exclusively go to them now. I have been for the last, like, 3-ish years. So I got no complaints about it. There's a Prime Manor. He probably meant like the guy expected other games than the ones they had. The only logical thing coming to my mind. Maybe. Thanks, resub C. Means like they went knowing what to expect and were still disappointed. Oh, wait. I see. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.